Drew McIntyre steps inside hell for the third time in his career.
From Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
He's yet to win this matchup. Most notably, he lost the WWE Championship to Randy Orton in the cell 4 years ago. Tonight, Drew McIntyre hopes to end that losing streak and CM Punk's career. You know, Corey, another interesting statistic. Drew McIntyre made his premium live event debut 15 years and 1 day ago. Ironically, in the Hell in a Cell premium live event. Oh, how Drew McIntyre has come so far from that day.
It has been a complete transformation since those days. This is a vengeful Scottish psychopath before us now, and I don't think anyone has given reason for Drew's wrath more than CM Punk.
It was 27 years ago to the day in St. Louis when the Hell in a Cell structure first surrounded the ring. The Undertaker faced Shawn Michaels in an epic battle. Since that night, Hell in a Cell has made history.
It's made history while simultaneously tearing flesh, shattering bodies, ending careers, and altering lives.
You can see by the look in McIntyre's eyes, he has one mission here tonight: to end CM Punk for good.
Corey, CM Punk in his career is 2-2 in Hell in a Cell matches, but this is his first time in the cell in nearly 11 years. Right here in Atlanta, CM Punk actually had a Hell in a Cell match and walked out victorious.
Yeah, but with all the disdain between Punk and McIntyre, I will be surprised to see anybody walking out of this structure in one piece tonight.
From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk!
And there's really no room to mince words. These men want to end each other's careers. They want to maim each other. They want to send each other to the hospital.
Well, if sending your opponent to the emergency room is the prime objective, I can't think of a more suitable setting. Punk has to tap into that side of himself tonight if he wants to walk out of the cell, or out of Atlanta at all. He said that Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
McIntyre said earlier, this is not going to be a classic. This is not going to be cinema. This is going to be mutually assured destruction.
Hate is a word we don't use a lot around WWE because there's a certain amount of respect between most competitors. But there is no other word I can use to describe what CM Punk and Drew McIntyre have for each other.
These two have vowed to destroy each other, to end each other's careers here at Hell in a Cell.
The final match in an epic trilogy. I don't know if either of them is going to be able to survive tonight.
It all began last November with the return of CM Punk, and that ticked off a lot of superstars, including Drew McIntyre, who believed Punk wanted to kill this business. And CM Punk had no business being back in WWE. The company had buried for a decade. And that has driven us to tonight, in the final match in this trilogy between Punk and McIntyre.
Nice strong head scissors application. And now the elbow's vicious. I think rage took over in that moment. Nothing but blind rage. Oh, my God. This is not wholly unfamiliar territory, psychologically speaking, for CM Punk. If you look back to Punk's career, once upon a time, he admitted in order to destroy the monsters of the world, he himself must become a monster. He said Drew McIntyre has made him the man his worst critics say he is.
Punk has said this is not the man he wants to be, but Drew McIntyre has taken him to that place. And it's the devil Punk needs to tap into if he wants to walk out of the Hell in a Cell.
You gotta think about this. Drew McIntyre has never won inside Hell in a Cell. Punk has. That's gonna be adding even more to this match for Drew tonight.
Yeah, McIntyre has been successful in unleashing all of his mind games on Punk leading up to this point. But is that something clouding his own vision?
We've had the opportunity to talk to some of the legends who have been in Hell in a Cell over the years. You ask a guy like The Undertaker, Wade, who's been inside this structure 14 times in his career. Every time he left, he was never the same.
That in and of itself is nothing short of miraculous. I doubt that record will ever be topped.
And how long can you last? How deep can you dig? How long will you be locked in this structure? You ask guys like Triple H and Shawn Michaels who had the longest ever Hell in a Cell match in over 47 minutes. Will Punk and McIntyre go longer than that tonight?
Stalking from above.
From way up, double axe handle connects.
A quick roll out of the ring. He's clearly looking to re-get Punk now with a quick duck under and a Uranagi converts it into the Anaconda Vice.
And he just decides to end the hold.
Wonder what he's thinking here. Punk now calling for the end here. This could be it for Drew.
CM Punk hoists his opponent down with a GTS. Will that sew this up for Punk?
Moving out from the ring closer to those towering walls of the cell.
Choosing the sledgehammer. Clearly looking to do some serious destruction here. Oof! Using that 12 pounds of steel with savage intentions.
It's never been a matter of self-preservation with anybody I've seen step in the ring with CM Punk. McIntyre has made it abundantly clear he wants to end Punk's career, ruin Punk's life tonight.
And Punk looks like he wants to do the same to McIntyre.
Listen, Punk said, despite the best efforts of my family to stop me from going into this matchup, he says, I can't afford a Hell in a Cell match at this point in my career, but if this means the end of my career, so be it, because I have to end Drew McIntyre.
Well, that just speaks volumes to how deeply under the skin of CM Punk McIntyre managed to get.
And a stomp to the gut.
McIntyre gets met with a response.
This fight will not go down as a 5-star wrestling classic, that is for sure. These men want to punish and maim one another.
Very few men are ever the same when they walk out of this structure. Arm wringer.
Ooh, wasn't expecting that. Just remember that attacks to the head like that can build up quickly.
Another targeted attack to his head and neck area. He has to be careful. Punk's got the Anaconda Vice in.
Cinching in the Anaconda.
He lets his opponent out of the submission.
Yeah, but who knows what damage has been done.
CM Punk connects with that knee lift and then follows it up with the line.
Corey, you probably know CM Punk better than any of us. You've seen Punk. You've seen the good and the bad side of this man.
Yeah, but even myself, I don't know what Punk is truly capable of. I've never been trapped inside Hell in a Cell with CM Punk. Listen, this may not be the man CM Punk wants to be, but this is who CM Punk has been. Who CM Punk is in his heart. No fear, no hope. Fight tonight like there's no tomorrow, because for Punk, there may not be.
And the same goes for McIntyre.
You're absolutely right.
McIntyre said, Punk, you think you're supernatural, but you are nothing but a man.
Wielding the sledgehammer, clearly feeling the power that comes with it.
Goes under the ropes and into the ring. Ooh, a crushing blow from that sledgehammer. Just bashing them with that hammer.
Oh my gosh, what impact! Repeated hits like that will add up very quick. Plenty of damage being dealt here. Punk and McIntyre might be setting a whole new...
And Punk now lifting his opponent up. And back GTS connects.
Drew is completely out of it. He's in a very bad spot. Totally out of it. Oh, what an axe handle.
And Punk is really putting the pressure on.
Punk finding the will to turn the tides inside the cell. He's got McIntyre reeling.
Devastating elbow strike.
And let's not forget the obsession. And here we go. Locked in. It's locked in. And he decides to let his opponent out of the hold.
Might have felt like he was losing a grip and didn't want the opposition to counter out of the submission.
Now attacking and locking in a sleeper hold.
Oh, and a neck breaker.
About to be locked in. Here we go, guys.
And he locks it. He makes the choice to abandon the hold.
John Henry swinging the hammer like that.
McIntyre is getting dismantled.
McIntyre tempted the devil inside the Second City Saints.
CM Punk looking to cinch in the Anaconda Vice. It looks like the Scottish Warrior.
And he's releasing the hold. I guess he might have something else in mind here. Out of the ring, still surrounded by the hell that is the steel structure. He goes back into the ring here.
Oh, stiff wrench shot. Holding nothing back, striking over and over again. There has to be permanent damage.
Punk missed with a wrench and a low blow by McIntyre.
Remember, that is completely legal. It is distasteful, but it's highly effective. And all the wind knocked out of Punk's sails.
Who cares about being tasteful when you're locked inside of Hell in a Cell, Wade? Drew McIntyre came here to destroy Punk once and for all.
And now McIntyre going to introduce the steel steps into this matchup. The Scottish Warrior, this Terminator, just destroying Punk.
Well, you wanted hell, Punk? You're getting hell. You are locked in there, no escape, and your demise may be imminent.
Punk trying to summon the will to continue, and what does McIntyre have inside of that little bag, gentlemen?
I can only imagine what this sicko has in mind.
The Scottish psychopath cooking up something dastardly, no doubt.
Oh my God, the disrespect.
Adding insult to injury.
Those are the beads of Punk's bracelet.
Were the beads of Punk's bracelet. And McIntyre now looking to just finally put Punk away.
No! McIntyre might have just broken his back.
Oh, God, the sharp edge of that steel digging in to the lower back of McIntyre, who may be crippled. And now with the upper hand is CM Punk.
This is one of the most brutal matches I've ever witnessed inside Hell in a Cell.
Punk trying to shove those beads down McIntyre's throat. Here it comes, the end.
GTS connects. Cover off the go to sleep by Punk. And he got him. What a win, what a match.
Here is your winner, CM Punk.
CM Punk earned this victory.
Such a drawn-out, heated rivalry, but finally conquering McIntyre is CM Punk.
For as clear as Drew made it that he was not happy to have me back It was nothing in comparison to the noise generated about me by the constant thorn in my side, Seth.
Enjoy the show.
Much like Drew, Rollins had a bit of a tantrum when I walked through that curtain at Survivor Series after nearly 10 years away from WWE. I knew we were on a collision course. After Hell in a Cell, I took a little time to heal. Once I felt good, a special request from Paul Heyman led me to joining the OG Bloodline at Survivor Series to help Roman Reigns in his quest to dismantle the new Bloodline. Once that was settled, I focused solely 2025, and after waiting a decade for this opportunity, I certainly wasn't going to let anything go wrong. So let's go back to January 2025.
And this capacity crowd just exploded.
A magical feeling in the air as Seth freaking Rollins faces off against a man who has become his arch nemesis, CM Punk. Two men who are beloved by the WWE Universe for their incredible talent and work ethic.
However, there is absolutely no love lost between these two men. Two absolute legends in their own right, but where Rollins carried this company for the past 10 years, Punk went to MMA. He went to other companies and he talked harshly about WWE, all before being welcomed back with open arms.
Yeah, that really didn't sit well with Seth Rollins. There was no way that Rollins was going to welcome Punk back, and it's led to this tonight.
He's really not making this easy.
Rollins just a step too slow. This rivalry has been brewing for years and escalating for months. Rollins was seething upon Punk's return at Survivor Series 2023, remembering the years that Punk spent disparaging WWE.
And the tensions grew when Rollins was a special guest referee at SummerSlam last year, counting the pinfall victory for Drew McIntyre over Punk.
Both men with ample reason to despise the other. Now Punk and Rollins finally get to take out all their frustration tonight.
If you're Seth Rollins, you got to try to keep the emotions in check. Focus on the task at hand, and that's taking out CM Punk.
Yeah, but Punk's not afraid to play mind games. If Punk sees an opening to set Rollins off, to take Rollins' eye off the ball, he's gonna
Oh, what a cross body!
Like a heat-seeking missile, hit the target right on the mark.
Amazing action so far in the main event of an historic episode of Monday Night Raw. We've seen so many unforgettable moments tonight as the show makes its debut on the biggest streaming service in the world.
And I can think of no matchup more worthy of this show's main event than two generational talents in the form of CM Punk and Seth freaking Rollins.
Given the major stakes in this match, CM Punk with a quick movement. Uranagi connects. He's not done there. He's locked in the Anaconda vice grip. This is not about gaining.
And for some reason, he just broke his own submission hold.
CM Punk, a familiar look on his face. Seth Rollins.
Opponent lifted up. Jaw. Meet knee. Go to sleep. Is it enough for Punk?
Gentlemen, here's an astonishing fact. This is CM Punk's first match on Raw in almost 11 years.
The last time Punk competed on WWE's flagship show, it was a week before the 2014 Royal Rumble. And in a little more than 4 weeks, both men will take part in the 2025 Royal Rumble with the aim to earn a main event spot at WrestleMania 41.
I'd say either of these men has a good chance at claiming a main event spot at WrestleMania if they don't destroy each other first.
Corey, I don't have my notes handy. Who did Punk last face on Raw?
It says here he now works with office supplies.
Punk dodges out in time.
CM Punk had suffered some injuries since his return. In fact, he tore his tricep at the Royal Rumble a year ago. He was out of action for over 6 months. And CM Punk to Rollins off the crossbody. Rollins, though, able to roll through.
Just amazing power and timing from Seth Rollins. We've seen it throughout his career. And now, catching CM Punk with a GTS. Punk rather fortuitously rolling all the way to the outside to safety. Although in hot pursuit now, Seth Rollins.
And Rollins limping around the ring, favoring his leg.
They sing, I hit your move. They sing my song. All of this.
And now just mocking and having his way with Punk.
Rollins has waited for this moment for far, far too long. This victory is going to be one of the sweet... Wait a minute!
Oh my goodness, cover! Isn't it up and a kick out?
While catching Seth Rollins with his own stomp. I'm coming within a millisecond of victory here.
And Punk not done yet. Pounding away on Rollins. Frustration setting in.
I mean, years of bad blood and verbal jousts between these two are about to come to a head.
Seth able to counter GTS, looking to deliver one of his own.
Oh, and he connected.
And Punk kicks out.
Rollins goes into the cover. This could do it. And the count stopped short of 2.
Not even a 2 count, just found a way to power out of that pin attempt. Mongolian chop. Oh my! An ape.
Rollins with a head of steam. Big air. Stomp.
That could be Punk's demise.
Going for the cover. And he only stays down for a 1 count.
It might be stubbornness or it might be lunacy, but he is refusing to stay down here.
Suplex. CM Punk struggling a bit here. Not the welcome return to competing on Raw he had hoped thus far. And this one might be headed ringside. Northern Lights. CM Punk headed to the top rope.
Seth Rollins trying to fire himself up.
Oh, big mistake in that error.
Good work getting to the ropes. Begins the submission attempt.
Rollins with a page out of Triple H's playbook.
Hoisted up, double underhook. Weaves out.
Oh, what a response.
Smartly dipping out of harm's way.
We're seeing one response after another. Neither superstar gaining the footholds.
Clothesline. Heading for the top rope. Looking for something big here.
From the top rope.
Elbow drop from the top rope.
Punk in the driver's seat now. He's got Rollins right where he wants him after that.
Oh, this should be it. Punk with his opponent up.
Go to sleep.
It's all Punk's for the taking.
Connects with a counter. Oh, hit on CM Punk. Shoulder shoots up before two.
No time to waste being shocked. You've got to maintain pressure.
Rollins drops his opponent.
The stomp connects. CM Punk doesn't know where he is.
Wow! I don't believe it. Incredible resilience on display.
And guys, on most nights, Rollins would have just ended this, but not tonight. Counter by CM Punk.
And a short clothesline.
Ah, look at this, just cranking it out. He'll make his way to the ring.
Brutal knee strike.
He's got to mind the count-out rules as he heads ringside. Knees up, got the knees up just in time. Good technique reversing Rollins.
Crack your knuckles. We've got a dummy block here.
Nothing pretty here, just good old-fashioned fisticuffs.
The fight is on, and it's furious.
Barely anything left, but still slugging away. This has turned into a violent game of chicken. Who's going to step off the gas first? Oh, roundhouse kick connects.
That running knee.
Right between the shoulder blades. Seth Rollins.
Top rope with the elbow drop.
Punk with his eyes on Rollins, looking to end this thing.
Uh-oh, sweet dreams coming.
Nails the GTS. Is it the finishing touch Punk needs?
I'm starting to have real concern.
Inside parallel fly, shoulders down.
Punk wins. Punk beats Rollins.
Here is your winner, CM Punk!
What a fight, what a night, and what a win. CM.
WrestleMania 41 was supposed to be the culmination of all those years of hard work. After all the ups and downs, all roads pointed to the one location I'd always dreamed of, the main event of WrestleMania. My victories over Drew and Seth had shown that I was still at the top of my game. After I eliminated both Roman and Rollins at the 2025 Royal Rumble, I soon found myself tossed over and thrown to the floor. And that allowed Rollins to release all his frustrations, taking Roman out with a stomp, attacking me, and punctuating the whole mess with another stomp on Roman. So when Heyman announced that the three of us would meet in the main event on the first night of WrestleMania 41, that's when I struck. I used my earned favor from Survivor Series to request Heyman be in my corner that night. This infuriated Roman Reigns, who would not listen to reason, insistent that Heyman had turned his back on his tribal chief. And in all the madness, Roman and I both lost sight. We never Heyman betraying both of us.
Oh my God! What the hell did we just witness?
I can't think of a better candidate for slingshot tech to address. It took my whole career to get to that main event. So let's go back to WrestleMania 41 and get me the win that I was well on my way to earning. Let's destroy the Architect's plans. Let's show the Oracle that he doesn't see all. And let's force Roman Reigns to acknowledge us.
Here comes Seth freaking Rollins.
The visionary and the revolutionary of WWE.
Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 225 pounds, Seth Freakin'
Officially the coolest entrance living every man's dream, Seth freaking Rollins.
Las Vegas serenading Seth freaking Rollins.
You guys remember what happened 10 years ago up in California, the Bay Area? Seth Rollins cashing in Money in the Bank in the heist of the century at WrestleMania.
An iconic call for an iconic performance. Seth needs another one of those iconic moments this evening against two of the best this industry has ever seen.
A 14th appearance at WrestleMania, the third time he's been in the main event.
Come to WrestleMania for the wrestling, but stay for the karaoke. We've got a bit of everything tonight here in Vegas.
The OTC has arrived in Sin City.
from Pensacola, Florida, weighing in at 265 pounds, the OTC, Roman Reigns.
For a record 10th time, Roman Reigns will main event WrestleMania.
A titan of this industry marching to the ring with his signature celestial swagger, the epitome of ice-cold, effortless cool.
Roman Reigns with a record of 9-3 at WrestleMania. Guys, there are only a handful of men in history with more wins than Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. 3 of those men are The Undertaker, John Cena, and the Game Triple H.
Pressure? What pressure? It's only the main event of WrestleMania. But this is a road Roman Reigns has taken many times before.
This man has a locker at the main event of WrestleMania. This is where Roman Reigns lives.
A lot of questions this week about who would carry the Ulafala to the ring. Paul Heyman would normally do that. Tonight, Roman Reigns come to the ring with the Ulafala on his neck himself. And for the first time in many, many years, Roman Reigns heads into battle alone.
The Ulafala symbolizes the head of the family. And when you talk about Roman Reigns' family, you're talking about one of the most successful and powerful families in the history of wrestling. Tens of thousands of ones to the sky here in Las Vegas.
The Wwe family dominance continuing here at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for pride and glory.
Accompanied to the ring by WWE Hall of Famer, the Wise Man, Paul Heyman. From Chicago, Illinois, weighing in at 218 pounds, CM Punk.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins look thoroughly disgusted over the fact that Paul Heyman walked down to the ring with the Second City Saint. It is CM Punk's first WrestleMania match in 12 years. Remember, he missed last year's WrestleMania with a torn triceps, and this year he goes into triple threat action with Reigns and Rollins, two men that he cannot stand. Triple threat rules. The first man to gain pinfall or submission will win this match. There are no countouts, no disqualifications. He's won championships, he's made friends, he's made enemies. Tonight is CM Punk. It's a clash of the Titans here at WrestleMania. The original tribal chief, the visionary, the best in the world in a triple threat match.
Punk has waited a long time for this, to main event the show of shows. And to make things better, he gets a chance to take down the two men who have been standing in his way since his return.
Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins think they run WWE, that this is their world that Punk has stepped into. But they've got plenty of history to work out between themselves too. This is going to be one for the ages.
It always bothers me to be around Heyman, always leeching off other people's talents. In CM Punk's corner tonight, though, the question is, where does Paul's allegiance truly lie?
Well, I'll be the first to say I don't trust a word that comes out of the mouth of Paul Heyman. But perhaps for the first time in his entire life, he showed some true loyalty to one of the men who brought him to the dance in WWE. A bond that goes way back, he and CM Punk.
Hooked up. Boom. Headed out to ringside now. What does he have planned?
I'm sure a betting man would tell you the odds are against CM Punk here, against two younger competitors who have been on top in WWE for the past decade. However, that's when Punk does his best work, when he's backed into a corner on the biggest stage possible.
Yeah, in a bad situation, and the bright lights here at WrestleMania could just bring out the best in CM Punk. CM Punk, who burst out of the scene. CM Punk showed up at ECW, run by Paul Heyman, when he was only a teenager, wanting to break into the business. He would get to the WWE developmental territory and become Heyman's best friend.
Punk made being a Paul Heyman guy a cool thing to be. Everyone has profited from their association with the Wise Man.
And you could argue that the greatest benefactor was the 1,316-day reign of the Tribal Chief.
But look at everything Roman did for Paul Heyman and Paul Heyman's career. Riding the gravy train of Roman Reigns, and now to turn his back on him for tonight.
Just targeting the leg, testing the limits.
An effective attack to the leg can hurt everything from balance to mobility. It can drastically limit you inside the ring.
And averting damage there. And he's taking this to the outside now.
No telling what's underneath the ring tonight.
And of course, kendo sticks are always under the ring in the event of any rogue ninja attacks.
And Roman and Seth, two former allies, would make a lot of sense for them to team up with CM Punk tonight.
Yeah, I think it's way too late to strike that deal, Michael Cole. 10 years of animosity will eliminate all signs of trust between the two former Shield mates.
Remember, in many ways, the obsession by Reigns for Rollins last year cost Reigns the championship in the record reign.
And Punk would be quite happy if that obsession continues. It's clearly personal for Roman and Seth, but for Punk, tonight's just about business.
Oh, jumping knee strike. Lights out. Not looking good in this position. Oh, and swinging into the apron. And remember, the reason that Rollins and Reigns are here, at least when they first arrived on the scene, was because of CM Punk. The Shield was built as a security force for CM Punk.
Come on, let's not make out like that is some accolade for CM Punk. They were brought in as security to protect CM Punk. It wasn't some selfless act by Punk, and both Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins know that.
Well, Punk is claiming that he was the man to bring them both into the business, and he can't wait to be the man to take them both out of it.
And security finds its mark.
CM Punk now connects with a Uranagi, and textbook CM Punk, and
He breaks the hold, and this match rolls on.
oh, we know what's coming here, ladies and gentlemen.
Backs.
Punk's CM Punk looking to end things here.
The goal sweep GTS from Punk.
Now CM Punk needs to end this. Lights out. Oh, driving the elbow.
Boom!
Oh, a kick. Wow.
Bam! The kick connects. Oh, what an axe handle.
Oh, merciless strike.
Big elbow drop.
Reigns can't yield any attack coming his way.
Punk is determined right now. Stop cold with a clothesline.
He's reaching under the ring for anything useful.
He grabbed the kendo stick and nipped
On the top. Moonsault. Moonsault.
Oh, what an axe handle.
This is not about a championship. This is about pride and dignity and proving you're the best, perhaps, of a generation.
To the sky. Consecutive high-risk maneuvers, and the pace of this match has certainly picked up. DDT!
Oh my gosh! Punk now looking to up the ante, and he looks.
And wait a second. Interesting turn of events here.
Now he just released the hold, and I'm racking my brain wondering why.
Heads outside the ring.
And no countouts means he can take his time.
Boom!
Into the barricade. German suplex released. Reigns checking under the ring now.
Went for the kendo stick, and the rats will quickly follow.
This has been a hurricane of chaos. Rollins, Punk, Reigns, each struggling to prove their superiority.
And now Punk. Kick to the midsection of Reigns. Rollins trying to crawl back into this as well.
Rollins trying to prevent that GTS on Reigns, but he's about to eat one himself.
Oh, bang. Spear. Stop. Everybody down.
Oh, what a moment of chaos in this match. If any man here can get a cover, it could be victory, but wait up. Lurking is Paul Heyman with a steel chair.
And no shocker here. Handing the chair to his friend, CM Punk. And this, guys, this could be the ultimate betrayal of Roman Reigns.
Oh, Heyman went for a low blow, but caught by CM Punk.
What the hell is Heyman thinking?
And now Punk with a roundhouse kick to Reigns.
Well, Heyman tried to stab his man, CM Punk, in the back, but was denied. But now Rollins with a low blow of his own on Punk. What the hell is going on?
And now Heyman handing the chair to Rollins. What the hell? Oh, no!
The devil's work is afoot tonight.
Plan B all over again. It looks like he could get it done here.
And he kicks out of the pin at one.
Not quite enough to put him away.